Buenas Micronesia, I'm Troy Torres.
And I'm Johnny Rosario.
Welcome to our studios here in Tumon, Guam. It is Saturday, October 5. It has been a beautiful sunny day, but that's because the typhoon has been taking all of the
Sucking it up.
sucking it up like a fat girl jogging along the sidewalk. Like, sorry, I had to. It's Saturday.
It's like people in your head, right? They're like, why are you even here? You are a waste. It's space.
I was gonna make a joke and say welcome Brenda, but that's like the wrong message to send.
No, listen, Linda. Listen, Linda.
Man, I don't know. I think I'm the only person in the world who does not like
that little boy.
Yeah, I just want to say, hey, you respect your elders. Don't talk to your mother like that. Her name is Mom. We don't have a teleprompter tonight, and it's because we don't have many stories. We just have the big story, which is the incoming, about to be here storm.
Incoming storm.
Impending storm?
Yeah.
That sounds like such a government word. Impending. But before we get to that, please share this live stream on your timelines. And you're very proud of me, right? Because I remembered that.
Yeah. And
On
the YouTube.
And the YouTube. Yes, we're on YouTube. If you watch us on YouTube, then you get to cast it onto the TV, as I understand it. And on Facebook, apparently it's not like as strong or whatever. But anyway, please share this on your timelines and on the pages that you're on. We greatly appreciate that. We're at 9,500 followers now, so we're over 95% to where we need to be to monetize the page. And thank you, everybody, for all your support. It is very humbling. Please also like and share Angel in Disguise. That's our friend, ANGELNDSKIES. And more, so like, it is even more, there is more of a reason to follow Kandit News and to subscribe on our website at www.kanditnews.com these days, because we guarantee that we're going to be providing you the latest and most accurate information regarding the storm. We guarantee it.
And also Wix.
Yes.
If you, it's on the website. If you sign up to receive our newscast right when we post it, Wix is the app. Just follow our website; it'll bring you there.
Yeah. So if you go to any page on our website, go all the way to the bottom, and you'll see a subscribe thing. All you have to do is enter your email address, and you're subscribed to receive our stuff. I'm not sure if there's any other directions after that because I never tried it myself. But first, we have some good news to bring you. Heidi Ballendorf, I saw her while she was jogging in the morning, and I was walking. I was walking. She stopped and she was like, Troy, why don't you guys do some positive news? And it was Friday. She's like, it's supposed to be a positive day, do something positive. I was like, all right, okay, Heidi, it's just that it's not as fun as, I'm just kidding. But we actually do have some positive news. We covered a bridal shower today. And it's a bridal shower. It's your purry, actually.
It is my purry, my very close purry.
Judas Gura.
Yes.
He's a Guam police officer, right?
Yes.
And Tara Mendiola. They're getting married. They're getting hitched on October 26th. And we had the honor of covering their bridal shower today.
Yeah, their shower. It's a groom and a bridal shower. So it's together.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got some good footage. And if you need us to do your wedding, you guys, you're welcome to hire us as well,
Yeah, just give us a call at 456-4237.
No. At 797-7082. That's even the number on the bridal wedding package for forever. Okay? 797-7082.
And if that person doesn't answer, you can call 456-4237.
And we would gladly accept your business. Let's show them the video. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah, because these things are gonna go on top of it. It's gonna look like a diamond ring.
Oh, okay.
So congratulations. Well, is it congratulations?
No,
It is.
because they didn't get married yet.
So the official, what do we say? 21 days to 21 days to eternal love, and we
Good
love
job.
you.
Good job.
Good
Par.
job. Good
Hey,
job.
good job. Good job, Par. Put a ring on it, Cello.
So that's good news. What better news can there be than a celebration of eternal
Of
love?
love, right.
And so, and then we also have Leah's Fabulous Productions, Little Mr. Guam and Little Miss Guam, which is happening on October 10. Can we put that slide back up? On October 10 at the Sheraton Laguna Resort, Guam. Doors open at 5 p.m. The show starts at 6 p.m. This is Leah's Fabulous Productions. She's been putting together wonderful pageants and productions over the past few years and helping these kids to improve their self-esteem, to gain some confidence. And it's not just kids. She's also...
No, but they also learn how to share, how to give back to the community, how to, what is that, recycle, like, because their outfits are recycled. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
you know,
yeah.
so
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, so they learn how to do those things there.
They learn how to share.
Yeah.
Maybe the governor can contract Leah to teach the superintendent how to share, because that's a
I know,
thing.
I thought he was sharing.
That according to the governor, sharing is apparently caring.
Or just giving it to Judy Wampat Borja.
Yeah, just
Huh?
and sticking it to John Fernandez.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what that is. All right, so we do have a couple of crime stories that we had. Well, they came out yesterday, but we didn't. There was so much news yesterday that we didn't have enough time to post it. But the ones we don't, Kandit doesn't put up every crime story. We just sort of judge which ones that the community would want to know about, and then there are others where there are too many questions, so we don't put it up because these are people who have families that are involved. And anyway, so there was a man who confessed to robbing some dude, and he ended up apologizing, and by writing an apology letter to the guy that he robbed. So he robbed Vincent Perez, who's 27 years old. I think he's born like on December 10 or something, 27 years ago. He robbed a man by pointing a 5 to 6 inch ice pick at him and demanding money. He took money from him. This was on September 25. The police caught up with him on October 3, and when they found him, he confessed to officers that he robbed the guy, that he used the money to buy drugs, and he also, he poured his soul out, and he said that he's addicted to drugs, and that he has been trying to get into, or wants to get into, the Oasis Treatment Center to help him with his addiction. He also wrote an apology letter to the victim. Of course, however, whether this man is sincere or not, it's not up to us to decide. But prosecutor Jeremy Kemper just wasn't buying it. He has to do his job, and he was like, all right, we're in our declaration of probable cause, we are going to accuse you of second-degree robbery as a second-degree felony and third-degree robbery as a third-degree felony. So I'm going to guess an indictment is going to follow sometime soon. And then, so this guy has 15 names. Do you have his magistrates?
No.
Tiny, whatever his name is.
Oh, you didn't put it up?
Not the magistrates, no.
I get it.
Tiny Joss, because I want people to hear all of. While you're getting that, I'll read this thing. So, Bradley Paulus, that's Bratley, Paulus, Paulis, and you see in his, go ahead and cast to my screen. If you see on the screen, the board that he's holding up, his name, there is something else, Tiny Joust. His AKA is Tiny James. There are others. Those are not the only aliases. He has 14 aliases. Oh, let's hear him.
It's Bradley Paulus, a.k.a. Bradley Paulus, a.k.a. Prattley Paul, a.k.a. Brad, a.k.a. Tiny Jouse, a.k.a. Tiny Jouse, a.k.a. Tiny Jouse, a.k.a. Diley Jouse, a.k.a. Tiny Jen, a.k.a. Tiny Joss, a.k.a. Paul Bradley, aka Ball Bradley, aka Paul Bradley, aka Bratney, aka Bratney. Date of birth 12/19/1986 or 11/11/1987.
Hey, happy almost birthday on both times. Christmas is coming. So I just wonder whether these AKAs are the result of like him telling every time he's been arrested, him telling police officers
His name.
what his name.
And
but
this
he
is
was,
what the officers come up with?
no, because he was drunk. Like these are slip of the tongue types of variations, right? Like when you slur your speech. I actually don't know if he has a criminal record. That's just a guess, allegedly. So what this dude did, and he confessed it to police, is that on October 2, he saw his neighbor at the Anigua mobile gas station, and the neighbor doesn't know why, but he started to cuss his neighbor out. And then he showed him his a gun that was strapped to his waist or something. He like pulled his shirt
Okay.
away and to show the gun. And then he comes back and he pistol whips his neighbor over the head. And so the police go to look for him around 8 p.m. that same day. They find him in the apartments behind that area. And the prosecutor in this is Peter Santos. He declares that, well, the story that I just told you, the police officers Mirandized him. After they Mirandized him, Mr. Paulus, Mr. Joss, Mr. Jaws, Mr. Bradley, Mr. Brad,
The tiny.
Mr. Tiny. Is there one just Tiny? The Tiny comes with another name, right?
Yeah. Bratney.
Mr. Bratney. We're not. Mr. 15 Names does admit that he hit his neighbor.
He says, quote, "I know why you're here because I hit the guy. I did it." End quote.
and then he asked for an attorney and a speedy trial. Like, too late, nigga. You confessed after you were Mirandized. It is too late. The police officers did find an open can, a cold open can of Budweiser.
And a BB gun.
And so one of the comments was that Jay got pistol whipped by a Daisy. It's a Powerline Daisy Model 415 177 caliber CO2 BB gun pistol type. But he didn't use it to shoot. He used it. So those are still heavy, right?
Yes,
Those
it's
would
still
still cause
considered
some
assault.
damage.
Yeah.
He is accused of one count of assault as a misdemeanor. I guess you have to be strangled in order for there to be a felony. And one count of possession of an open container of alcohol in a motor vehicle as a misdemeanor. Speaking of strangulation, regarding our story yesterday about Matt Duke, the douchebag, right?
Super douchebag.
So there apparently is an understory. What would you
Okay,
say?
yeah.
I can't reveal our source, of course.
Of course.
But the victim, I almost said her name. The victim was not found. It wasn't like the marshals opened the door and she was right there. The marshals went inside.
She was locked in a room.
She was locked in a room. She was
Being held against her will.
yeah. And the only reason she was, they stumbled on her. They were looking for someone else because it wasn't just the marshals who were there. The FBI went along with the marshals because they were looking for someone in, what's his name? Matt Duke's house. And that's why they were going through the rooms and they just stumbled upon I almost said her name again, upon the victim. And she broke down. She had to be hospitalized. They saved her life, basically.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I wonder who they were looking for.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
We're going to find out who the FBI, why they went with the marshals to go to Matt Duke's house.
But it's the FBI, and it's in a house in Georgia.
Yeah.
So someone who they believed was staying there temporarily, maybe, and guarantee we're gonna find out who's that. Guarantee, buddy. Let me just double check that we don't have any other stories before we get to the Typhoon thing. I don't think we had any other like political story, right?
No. There's still.
Oh, there's the dengue thing. We do have 3 new cases of dengue. 2 of those cases
Where
were
are these
imported.
people coming from?
So the volume, right, in the short amount of time of new imported cases is kind of weird, but maybe it's because of
They're slow.
no, the that we're looking for it more. Does that make sense? That we're on the lookout for it,
I don't know.
and so maybe it's I don't know. Maybe do this many imported dengue cases normally come through the island and it goes
Noticed?
undetected?
Uh-huh.
Surveillance. Maybe it's because the surveillance of it is higher. I don't know. It's not like the Joint Information Center is open, so we can ask them questions because this is not an outbreak according to the governor. There's just cases. So we're not able to ask those questions to the Joint Information Center, and even if we did, they're gonna lie to us because there's been a ninth case. What?
Chucky's hammer gun. Sorry.
Tough crowd.
Thanks, Phil Cruz.
Phil Cruz and Big.
Yes.
So, what was I saying? Oh, there's one locally acquired case. It's the ninth case, and the Joint Information Center and government officials have known for a few days that this has been a suspected case pending confirmation.
And if you remember, they said there's no suspected pending.
They lied. They lied to the public. And so we brought you the story a few days ago about a woman who's been trying to tell everyone, especially in PD, take more precautions because I was definitely bitten by mosquitoes at the field behind Jose Rios Middle School. And I definitely have dengue, even though no one is telling me anything. And public health keeps giving her the runaround about you have to get the notification from the doctor, but she's not sure if the doctor ever received anything because her doctor, the clinic is not returning her phone calls. Her daughter's doctor was off island. So now there is confirmation that there's this ninth case. And to make matters worse, not only have they just revealed that this lie took place, but they're not going to tell us where this person lives, like the general vicinity.
Of course not.
Works, goes to school. No other information was provided to the
And they
community.
want everyone to shut up on social media and
That's
not
the-
believe or don't read what social media is putting out. I am sorry, but more information has come from Troy than anywhere else.
So they want us to only receive information from the Joint Information Center. And normally that would be the smart thing to do. But these guys are lying. They've been lying. And so how can people trust what they say? It's just like being in a freaking relationship. If you cannot trust what your partner's saying because they're lying, well then the other person cannot demand that, and they're gonna blame the people of Guam for sharing information in the absence of information from the government who's supposed to be providing it.
And if they are talking about rumors, they're the only ones who can stop it.
Yeah, by doing their jobs. So if they would like a crash course on how to do their jobs, we're more than willing to provide it
For a price.
for a price.
Yeah.
And
That's
you have
consulting.
You have
fees.
to sign waivers of liability because both of us kind of have a temper. Like she's the kind she says, you know those times when you're in like a cutlow contest and like you walk away and you're like, man, I wish I said that. Like it occurs to you 20 seconds later, you're like, man, I wish I said that. She says those things right then and there.
No, she's the kind in the cut low when you say, no forgetting that.
Bat sport.
And I'm the kind that if I'm losing, I'll just call you ugly and then it's over. It's over. Cannot say anything after that. So let's get to the storm. Let me just double check that there's no new anything from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. 1 second. Or the National Weather Service. Still on warning 01.
Hi, YouTube.
Still 8:20 p.m. Okay. So yesterday we began tracking. I'm sorry, we didn't track. Joint Typhoon Warning Center. We've reported to you the tracking by the Joint Typhoon Warning Center of Invest 93W, which was a a bunch of clouds that was forming, and like Joint Typhoon Warning Center was saying the way the winds are flowing in like this one area this
It's
high up and
possibility.
the other area this, and the surface sea temperature was warm enough, so all of the conditions met so that they knew that a cyclone was going to form.
Right.
But it was as of yesterday, it was a low likelihood that it would happen within a 12-hour period. So fast forward to 18 hours later, and Joint Typhoon Warning Center upgrade. They issue a tropical cyclone formation alert because this thing is rapidly forming and has high probability over the next 24 hours of
Becoming-
intensifying and
right.
becoming a tropical cyclone. So it's becoming a tropical cyclone. It's now Tropical Depression 20. It's been upgraded from Invest 93W. It is moving along the track that Joint Typhoon Warning Center said it would move, and that is, well, first of all, yesterday it was 1,246 nautical miles east of Guam. This morning it was 1,080 nautical miles east of Guam. Now it is, as of 2 hours ago, 946 nautical miles east of Guam, moving as of 2 hours ago at about 17 miles an hour, quickly gaining strength.
Yeah.
And it is forecast right now, it's moving on a westward track. It ain't moving west-northwest, it's moving westward. So here's Guam, here's the storm, it's coming this way. And it is expected to continue along a westward track for, if I'm not mistaken, it's 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours, and then it's going to start to take a west-northwestward track. The tracking model shows this storm, which is expected to become a typhoon Monday or Tuesday, just as it's passing through the Marianas to pass over like Saipan and Tinian, but Guam is within the perimeter of the track. So if the storm moves southward, it could pass directly over Guam and Rota. If it does, hopefully the eye goes over the Rota Channel, but I don't know. But it's the meteorologists at the Joint Typhoon Warning Center are watching this very closely. I'm sure National Weather Service also is watching it very closely, and it's expected within 120 hours to intensify to super typhoon strength. And this thing is moving quick. So,
Water gas.
yeah, and it's gas.
Cheaper.
Yeah.
So we're on Barbara Brown. Her person, her name is Barbara PD Brown. Barbara?
PD.
No, it's PD.
It's PD.
It's Phantom Brown. Okay. She'll bring you the news.
She doesn't look like the kind of girl who would look good as a panty down, right? Does she have short hair? Or is the raincoat blocking it?
Doesn't matter.
Chuck Berry?
It doesn't matter. You're not to her from the waist down, Chelo. It doesn't matter.
Go to town, Brown. So our weather girl, Barbara Panty Down Brown, will be providing not round the clock coverage until the Joint Information Center and the Emergency Operations Center are stood up, and then at that point, Kandit will decide whether one of us, and when I say one of us, I mean me, will be going to stay at the Joint Information Center to provide coverage around the clock. And maybe they'll kick me out. I don't know. They cannot do that.
They need help.
I'm not gonna help. They don't want my help.
Oh, yeah, Ray. It could be the Magafafa as Panty Down. Barbara Panty Down Brown.
But every like few minutes, I'm refreshing my Joint Typhoon warnings because I'm like, hey, Kandit's gonna provide the latest and greatest on this typhoon.
We already did that, Troy. No, we have to make sure, Johnny. You make sure. I'll just sleep through the typhoon.
Can we go to a quick break?
Yeah, let's go on a quick break.
I'm gonna change the internet stream now real quick.
Yeah, let's go on a quick break because I need to smoke one of these wonderful cigarettes that James got us.
I find no issue with it because, I just got back from the state auditors conference and my jaw dropped because the average salary right now that all state auditors are paying is $50,000. I asked this question, I said, what? Straight out of college, no experience, $50,000. Most of their management team are upwards of $100,000. And
But once that $50,000 salary
I
straight
have
up,
no qualms
wait,
with
let's-
paying that. I think it's worth it.
the additional bonus on top of the increase that you're now getting because you managed to get through the legislature are concurrence that we're going to adopt the Kerry study. And for the office with the 10 employees that you have,